Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another match of my Age of Empires 3 series. It's me, King BTM, playing a Russian player one-on-one. He is a Master Sergeant. I am a Sergeant, but I have not played this game in forever, so I am not super excited about going up against a good player, but I figured what better way to get back into playing a game at high levels than playing a high-level player. So without ado, let's get into this game. I start off immediately trying to grab herds, trying to grab crates, but the game doesn't lag at all, so I don't really get the chance to individually scatter my settlers so they don't bump into each other. And then I accidentally shoot the buffalo away from me, so not a great start to begin with. I think I'm going to end up going with a 14 villager age up, very standard stuff for Russia, but I'm not sure what else to do actually with Russia at this point. I mean, I'm playing another Russian, so he's either going to go muskets, Cossacks, Strelets, combination of those. So I'm not quite sure what to expect from him, I guess, at this point is what I'm trying to say. But I start off, I don't feel like I did too bad of a job. I got villagers coming and going fairly quickly. I lost that buffalo herd, but I'm getting the second deer herd, and I'm getting that deer herd up there coming back to me, which is a very good thing. So I'm having a little bit of trouble in this game, as you may notice, multitasking and making sure that my explorer and town, everything's getting taken care of, which I'm just going to attribute to not having played in a while. I am doing some good herd management, though. That's always a good thing. Although I'm wondering if maybe I should have only lured one herd rather than two back to me, but whatever. Got lots of food in my town center. Not a bad starting map. I really hate Great Plains generally as a map. It was on random maps actually, so I wasn't expecting it to be Great Plains. I hate Great Plains because I always get screwed over with the herds I start with generally. So that's always kind of like, ugh. Not a huge fan of Great Plains to begin with, so I'm not thrilled about having to play this guy here. Also, the other problem with Great Plains, just in terms of resource management, is the trees, depending on where you are in the map, and generally in a one-on-one, you're on two different sides, the trees aren't near you, so you kind of have to expand yourself to get good access to wood. And being Russian and needing probably to pump out Strelets, you know, I need to have a steady access to wood, so the few trees by my town are really not that much, I guess. At this point in the game, let's see. Got my 14 villagers coming, so I'm about to start aging up after this. Got people hunting. I'm really surprised that villager ended up being idle, by the way, because, I mean, look at all these herdables here and the dead animals. I'm surprised she couldn't find something to shoot, but at this point I felt pretty good about it. I mean, in a game you're playing, you know, and look, you got all these herdables near you. I mean, it's not a bad place to be, although I'm aware that that is literally every herdable on my side of the map, so slightly concerned at this point about it, but not too bad. I mean, that's a good amount of stockpile of food, at least. I do send the 300 wood shipment, as I explained in one of my earlier videos, that I prefer, and I've been told that using 300 wood's a better choice because you get the wood and you get the blockhouse up immediately. I look at his deck, I notice he's got 2 Cossacks card plus a Cossack upgrade. He's definitely going Cossacks, which means I'm definitely going to go Musketeers in reply. So I'm also worried. I mean, Cossack Strelet combinations are very, very powerful, hard to defeat if managed properly, so I'm slightly also nervous about that. He's got a market up. I don't have a market up. My strategy at this point is not good. Not having played the game in a while does not lend to playing the game well, so we'll see how that all plays out. But 14 villagers, I'm waiting to age up. I'm about 20 resources off. I'm aging at about 3 minutes and 50 seconds, so about 4 minutes. Not as great age up. Oh no, I go 17. I'm sorry. I go 17 villager age up, and that's also I've explained in previous videos. It's just really kind of the question you ask yourself. Do you want to have a little bit more of an economy or a faster rush? I felt against another Russian, better economy was a better choice. But looking back on it, I'm not 100% sure that I completely like my choice. You'll see. I don't want to spoil the game's ending just yet, though. It was definitely a doozy, that's for sure. So I queue up a set of villagers right after I age, and generally it's not a wise idea, except one, I don't want there to be any delay in getting those next villagers out, and two, I want to be able to then be able to look at what military units I can purchase right away without having to think, well, I need to set aside 270 food for making X amount of villagers. I do decide to go for this treasure, by the way. It is a coin treasure. I know at this point I'm going to go musketeers. Notice I kind of shifted my economy to have 4 in gold, but then I shift a few away because with 380 gold, that's 4 sets of musketeers. So at that point, I'm a little bit overdoing it. I'm aware that I need houses and markets, but as you know me, I'm still at this point bad with managing houses, especially since I haven't played it in a while, so that's not going to help me much. I do have a shipment saved up for my next age. I'm probably going to send men first, but since I know that he's going to go Cossacks, well, let me see. I get my 5 musketeers coming. I select 5 I select 5 Cossacks. Okay, sorry, I was watching myself to figure out what I was going to do here, because I post-narrate. I select 5 Cossacks, knowing that he's going Cossacks, probably not the wisest choice, actually. Food in order to make musketeers, wood so I could get a stable going, coins so I could afford more musketeers. In hindsight, might not have been bad choices necessarily, just because my main goal here is to get musketeers out as fast as possible, considering he's probably going to go very heavy on the Cossacks. I do not want to have mass strelets, and of course I'm running for the population here, so rookie mistakes, but at this point in the game, I guess there's no surprise. And he has grabbed a trade center. I see that herd there, by the way, so I'm like, well, I really want to go grab that herd. I'm going to select that one villager to go up there, hopefully start herding it back to me. Maybe I should have done it earlier, but not quite sure. I'm going to send the Cossacks to kind of circle around their town. I have 4 idle villagers at this point. Just atrocious gameplay on my part, by the way. This is really just one of the worst games of Age of Empires you're going to see online, at least from me, playing-wise. But it's my return game, so I guess nothing to be surprised at. I keep trying to pump out the musketeers. I then send out the strelets, and I said that just because numbers, really. I mean, I felt like having more military wasn't a bad idea, but whatever. I send these Cossacks to go kill the villager, thinking I'm going to steal as many as I can. I kill one, and he runs away, so then I run away. I look over on the side of the map, and I lost a villager too. So tit for tat, we're basically just trading blows. We both obviously had the same idea about that herd, and again, I'm out of population room, and I haven't built a market yet, and to be at 7 minutes in the game, not have a market's not very good, I'm not going to lie. So, in comes his Cossacks, and I'm thinking, well, let's shoot some of them, let's kill them, they're expensive. I ring the bell just so my villagers get out of the way, but I think I do end up losing a villager, so I probably should have rang that bell earlier. I call the Cossacks and the musketeers back to defend myself. At this point, I really should have started going heavy on the Cossack making, because he's now seen that I have amassed musketeers, so if I were him, at least I would start making strelets, right? And I think that was a Cossack I lost over there. Again, stupidity. I think I sent 700 gold planning to go Cossacks. No, I don't. I sent it planning to go musketeers. Really stupid. I marched those strelets up the map because I'm like, well, they're not going to do me any good anyway, which was really stupid because in general, numbers and mass is the smarter way to go about it. So spreading out my army, or spreading out your army in general is just not a good principle to do. But I had seen that herd at the top of the map, so I thought, well, maybe I can catch a few villagers off guard when he wanders over there. It's not a bad idea. I felt cocky, actually, at this point in the game. I thought, well, I beat off his Cossacks. I doubt he's got 30 more coming, you know, why not? So I then park these strelets up here in a defensive formation, thinking, alright, we'll leave you there to do what you need to do. I keep making musketeers. Really, at this point, I should have switched to Cossacks. I had the gold. I also should have built a market and probably another house. So, atrocious gameplay on my part. In general, my Russian strategy was to figure out what he was doing and reply to it, which, in hindsight, not a good move. I don't know, I just didn't play well. And again, I kind of go for the raids, thinking, I'm usually very good with pressuring people, and in this game that's what I wanted to do, but I didn't do a good job of it. By the way, you might have noticed right there, I went to grab the treasure way too late. I killed the treasure guardians like 5 minutes ago. What am I even doing? I just built my market 10 minutes into the game. I mean, this is just pathetic on my part. I don't know. I'm bringing this because It's my first game back, and I wanted to bring it, but man, I'm not doing a good job, that's for sure. Have a lot of idle villagers. I've exhausted my hunts. Not a good position to be. Lots of gold, but not much hunts. I got buffalo being herded, I should say, at the edge of the map. Not a bad idea. And I spread out my forces to kind of go, I don't know, protect maybe, to kind of spread them out. But I really shouldn't have. I mean, besides for a very small raiding party, it would not have been a bad idea to mass all my forces. Now, what I do here, though, is not a bad idea necessarily. I then start to build walls. However, I leave a hole in my wall. We'll find that out later. I build walls because at this point I'm aware that I'm going to have to start spreading myself out in order to get the herdables I need. So I think, well, we're going to cover and be able to defend, at least have some kind of notification system and slowing them down in terms of people coming. So that's why I started to build walls. But I'm out of wood, and then my Strelites go get raped. So they shouldn't have been in there in the first place. They did absolutely no good. And look at all those Cossacks chasing me. There's at least 20 Cossacks, 30 Strelites, if not 30 Cossacks running after me. At this point, I'm just like, well, I am screwed. I mean, that's a lot of Cossacks. I mean, he's clearly done a good job massing them. I've spread out my army like an idiot. I try to flank him with these few musketeers thinking, well, maybe I can kill a few units. And finally, I get in my thick head, well, yeah, I should build a stable. I mean, this guy's running around crazily with a huge amount of Cossacks. I should be countering the Cossacks of my own. Cossacks versus Cossacks, but too late for that because I'm an idiot. By the way, my deck, I'll explain that in a little bit. So, at this point now, we're just going to watch me try to fend off his all-Cossack Strelite rush with a few spread-out musketeers. So, not the best choice here. So, I think I'll take this moment here to basically briefly describe deck formation. You really should have a deck specialized for whatever purpose you're going to use. Like, he's massing Cossacks, obviously, right? And so his deck had 2 Cossacks card, a Cossack upgrade card, and a gold card. Totally smart choices there, if you think about it. It allows him to maximize the number of Cossacks he wants to get out as fast as possible. So, that's generally your deck. If you're going to go Musketeers, you're going to want gold, a Musketeer shipment card, although I don't think Russia has any. Off the top of my head, I'd have to go look. Things like that, right? That allow you to be able to mobilize whatever units you want to mobilize as fast as possible. Now, my strategy here is spreading out and pressuring them all over the map has completely screwed me over because I had about 50 units total, and I lost them all in small chunks, which meant he took fewer losses fighting them, and now he's got this huge army running into my town. Probably not going to be able to fight him off, to be honest. So, from this point on, it's just a good game. So, not good at all. I mean, I played atrociously this game. Hopefully in future games will be better. I guess we'll just take this moment to say thank you for all of you guys for watching and subscribing. My computer, my laptop actually pretty much went to hell and was unable to handle the video editing and YouTube stuff I wanted to do. So I pretty much laid it aside. I said, well, it was a good experiment. I'm done, moving on with life, right? And it ended up getting more subscribers and more views. And I remember checking in on my channel maybe a few months after I had started, and about at least 2 months after I kind of stepped away from it, and then seeing that I had way more subscribers and way more views, and just kind of being like surprised and being like, wow, this is incredible. So I just want to thank you guys for that and say I'm coming back with new content. More Age of Empires 3 stuff, obviously. We're going to get requests. I'm looking into recording some treaty games. My computer can handle it now. I got a full desktop. Looking into getting some treaty games, some free-for-alls. Going to be looking to bring in some Civ 5. And just really, I want to make a name for myself providing good strategy games. Strategy is what I love. I'm even thinking about bringing some chess, because I love playing chess. So, all possible things. But all that to say, I wanted to thank you. I keep trying to survive here. I mean, I'm moving men around the edge of the map. Most of my villagers aren't in my town center, but he offers me GG, which is the biggest pet peeve ever. It's like, it's not over until I give up, you know? Like, don't be a jerk and assume I'm gonna surrender, you know what I mean? So, I'm moving my villagers, though. I know that a comeback is pretty much impossible, but because he said good game, which in my mind is a huge breach of etiquette, I'm not merely just gonna walk off the game and quit, you know what I mean? Like, that's so insulting to me that you're like, oh, when somebody says, "Oh, you're done," it's like, you know, that just inspires me to fight harder, I guess. So I don't quit. I keep moving villagers around, but I've really mismanaged this entire game. So not necessarily a good situation to be in by any stretch of the minds. I'm gonna lose my town center. I'm gonna lose all valuable buildings. Villagers trapped inside. No good market upgrades. Nothing good at all happening here. So I guess he's just mopping up the game. So thanks for watching, by the way, guys. We are going to take some time to go through the post game and discuss some of the numbers behind the game, but for the most part the game is pretty much over. I sucked. Also, my narration, I know, at least this particular video isn't good because I'm not warmed up to it. I'm having trouble just talking to the microphone. Something I got to get back in the habit of doing, for sure. So we'll look into all of that and doing that better in later videos. I keep making shirtlets though, by the way. I hate giving up prematurely, especially when I feel like somebody's insulted me. But at this point, I'm really in trouble. I try to run away, but it's over. I know it. He knew it, and I clicked the resign button. I hate doing that. I absolutely hate doing that. But at that point, I knew it was going to be a waste of my time to keep playing, and I resigned. I hate doing it. Thanks for watching, though, guys. I typed it out there, and let's look at the post game. I mean, if you look at the resources, we were fairly close until the end of the game. Military units, I actually had more. I mean, it was really just, this game was a classic example of fielding the wrong unit and the wrong strategy. Because even though I had mostly Strelets, if I had kept all my units more turtled in terms of strategy, I completely would have been able to fend him off. Because instead of his groups of men taking out 10 men here, 10 men there, 10 men there, he would have had to face 50 men at once, which would have been a fair fight. And even though he would have won that battle, I have no doubt, he would have had enough damage on him. He wouldn't have been able to push in my town center. Also, losing Cossacks because they're so expensive, he wouldn't have been able to replace his army as easily as I was, since I was using cheaper units. So it was awful strategy by me, awful gameplay. Thanks for watching this awful video, guys. I'm going to try to make way more awful videos coming in the future. I am going slowly through all the screens so you can see, so you can pause if you want to look at it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. More videos coming soon. Until next time, guys, happy hunting.